Hello, good morning, children. In the last class, what we were discussing is the second chapter in geography, that is forest and wildlife resources. So what we can conclude from the so far completed portion is the International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources have classified the species into different types. Yet we know that though India is rich in biodiversity, we are rich in flora and fauna, but still what problem that we are facing is most of the species are getting extinct. Many species have already extinct, many are in endangered category, many started facing problem, and so they are now in the category of vulnerable species. So this is what we can conclude, that is, though India is rich in biodiversity, that is, we are rich in flora and fauna because of the relief features and the peculiarities of climatic conditions, but still we are facing the problem of extinction of many of the species. That is, now we are facing the problem of ecological imbalance. So what measure, in order to maintain ecological balance or to have a proper ecosystem, what measure the government of India as well as the community people have taken? This is what we are going to discuss next. So conservation measures. See, what we can say is, though we all are being get affected because of the extinction of plants and animal species, which section of the people are being affected more? This is what we need to discuss. Which section? Though we all are being get affected because of the extinction of plants and animal species, we know that the whole of the ecological balance will be get disturbed. So apart from this, there are different sections in the society. So which section in the society are being affected most? We can say that they are the tribal people. They are the tribal people, tribals. They are the tribals who are, because we know that these people are living there, they are mainly dependent upon the forest area because they are collecting all the food, or they are getting, they need to collect food, fodder, water. So what happens is, if these plants and animal species or the whole of the forest is being get disturbed, or when human beings practice the activity such as deforestation, the whole of the forest will be get cleared. So what happens is, these tribal people will be get affected most. That is, if they won't, or they are not, or if they lost the forest area, means they need to walk a long distance, especially among the tribal people, the women. They need to walk a long distance to collect for food, fodder, water, etc. So what happened is, during when we take the history of India, what we can see is, during 1960s and 1970s, for the continuous 20 periods, what we can see is, many conservationists, or we can say call them as environmentalists. Many conservationists or the environmentalists, they demanded Indian government to take any measures. We need to take any measures. They demanded for the continuous 20 years. These conservationists demanded the Indian government to take certain measures. Because as we are facing the problem of extinction of the plants and animal species, what we have studied last class, that even the national animal tiger comes under endangered species, Himalayan yew, which is being medicinal plant which are being used as an anti-cancer drug. These all species comes under endangered category. So it is very necessary to take certain measures. As a part of this, these conservationists demanded the Indian government to take certain measures. Because of the continuous demand from the side of the environmentalists, in the year 1972, Indian government implemented Indian Wildlife Protection Act. In the year 1972, Indian Wildlife Protection Act was implemented by Government of India. As a part of this, they banned hunting. It is as a part of this, they have legally banned hunting. Legally banned hunting. When they implemented this Indian Wildlife Protection Act, that year itself, they conducted a survey. Indian Forest Department conducted a survey regarding the different species of India. There came a shocking news that the national animal tiger there exists. For according to the last survey conducted, last survey means before 1972 when they conducted the survey, the total number of tiger was how much? 55,000. But after the implementation of Indian Wildlife Protection Act, there exist only 1,827 tigers. So, where these tigers gone? What happened to our national animal? Because of the reduction in the decrease in the number of tigers, the very next year, in the year 1973, Government of India started Project Tiger. They started Project Tiger. Not only Project Tiger, many other projects also that is related to the protection of the endangered species. Because we know that tiger now is being considered as an endangered species, so we started. In the year 1973, they started, Government of India started Project Tiger. Here you can expect a question. Project Tiger, in which year it has been implemented? 1973. So, when we implemented this Project Tiger in the year, the Forest Department aimed at protecting the endangered species. Likewise, we implemented Project Rhino. Project One-Horned Rhinoceros. Yes. So, Project Black Bear, Brown Bear. So, all these different project works, they have been implemented. Next, after that, during 1980s, when the Government of India again conducted a survey, what we can see is the number of, as a result of the implementation of Project Tiger, and as a part of this, they increased the number of wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, etc. So what happened is, what we can see is a slight increase in the number of the tigers, that is, we were able to increase the number of tigers to more than 4,000. But again, during 1990s, again when we conducted this survey, it is noted that the number of tiger again began to increase, and you know that according to the last survey conducted in the year 2019, there exist only 2,600 tigers. So what shows, or what we can say from all these things is, still now these species are facing problems. So in the last class, what we have discussed is what are the problems facing by these species. We know that the problem facing by these species, both the plants and animal species, are hunting, poaching, poisoning, forest firing, habitat destruction, likewise. So government one side is trying to protect these species through Indian Wildlife Protection Act. Next measure is in the year 1973, they started Project Tiger, many projects. Apart from this, they increased the number of national parks. They increased. All these measures are being from the side of the Government of India. National parks. They increased the number of wildlife sanctuaries, and apart from this, for protecting the plant species, they have increased botanical gardens. Botanical garden, and apart from this, biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserve. Now we can see that government is focusing towards biosphere reserves. Biosphere reserve, not only plants and animal species, but also all the type of, it is aiming towards, or it's a multi-purpose project. Biosphere reserve is a multi-purpose project aiming towards protecting the whole of the vitality of the earth. Not only the plants and animal species, where we are giving importance, where what we are giving importance in the case of wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, botanical gardens, etc. But biosphere reserve means it is having multi-purposes. Not only protecting the plants and animal species, but at the same time, what and all things are there. The soil, the rocks, the plants, the insects, butterflies, whatever things are there in that particular area. They are protecting all these and maintaining the purity of the earth, the vitality of the earth, the diversity of the earth. So nowadays we are giving importance to biosphere reserve so that we are trying to protect all these types of species. Apart from this, the measures taken by the government, apart from all these, see, all these are the measures taken by the government during different period of time. Apart from this, for their administrative conveniences, the government have divided the forest into three. They are reserved forest, protected forest, and unclassed forest. So these are the different types of forest, or the total forest, which are divided by the government of India: reserved forest, protected forest, and unclassed forest. Reserved forest, too much restrictions are there. Completely reserved by the Department of Forest, central government. More than 50% of the forest in India comes under reserved forest. These national parks and all will come under reserved forest. At the same time, protected means that though they also are being under the control of government of India, but slight relaxations are there. That is the private people or the community people. Community people means the people who are living nearby area. They can utilize a part of that particular area. That is, for example, we can say wildlife sanctuaries and all will come under protected forest, because you might have seen that in a wildlife sanctuary, see, in the national parks, no private individuals are allowed to enter into that area. Completely protected by the government of India, that is the forest department, and they are giving importance to the production of timber. By giving importance to the production of timber, they are creating a dense forest. As I have already told you, dense forest always is a good shelter for the wild animals, so that they are trying to protect both the plants and animal species. Likewise, in the protected forest, wildlife sanctuaries will come under protected forest. Here, protected forest means slight relaxation, so not that much restrictions are there, which means certain areas are being given for the community people for grazing purposes, grazing of animals, right? So that area, so certain relaxations are there, though that also comes under government of India, that is directly under the control of the forest department. Then we have the unclassed forest. Actually, it is being occupied both by the government as well as the community people, that is the private people, which can be found in the northeastern side. That is, in an undulating terrains, we can see these types of unclassed forest. In a lonely area, you know that in the northeastern states, these types of unclassed forest, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, in that regions, we can see these types of unclassed forest. So these are the different type of measures taken by the government of India for the protection of plants and animal species. Let me repeat, because of the continuous demand from the side of the conservationists, in the year 1972, government of India implemented Indian Wildlife Protection Act, followed by Project Tiger. Not only Project Tiger, Project Rhino also. And apart from this, they increased the number of national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, botanical gardens, biosphere reserve. They are providing, government of India even now also they are providing technical and financial assistance to the botanical gardens. Then for the administrative conveniences and for protecting the species, government of India have divided the forest into different types: reserved forest, protected forest, unclassed forest. See children, you can expect lots of questions from this part. Indian Wildlife Protection Act can be expect for a 1-mark question. Project Tiger is a 3-mark question, and all these government measures are a 5-mark question. 3 types of forest also is a 3-mark question. So the next portion, what measure the community people have been taken, or what are the different community conservation measures, that we will be discussing in the next class. Okay then, thank you.